So that kind of goes back to the collaboration between the schools and the grade levels, because that was really important to me. Rather than seeing the other school level or the other school as an enemy or the source of blame or the new responsible party now that we're done, we took a different approach of how do we collaborate vertically. And so what we would do, not only was it us principals collaborating, but it was actually our teachers as well. And so I encourage, first of all, vertical PLCs on campus. But then also, what does it look like to, if you're 5th grade, what campus is your 6th grade, English teacher going at, or reading teacher, what have you? How can you align? How can you collaborate? So you say, what's important to you so that I lay the foundation in my classroom? What skills will make them powerful there? But then also looking at that 4th grade teacher and say, hey, is it possible that you can leverage some of these, or we can expose them to these materials and vice versa, so that because if you are feeling the discontinuity, the students are too. And this is how we get students who, by the time they get to middle and high school, they're sick of school. They're sick of what we call learning. We've removed the affect portion out of it, and they hate it. They loathe everything about it, and this is why they're disgusted and not wanting to go to college. Kids who are good in school want to go to college so they can continue to be good in school. But the kids who have always struggled, they don't want to do it again because they don't know college looks different or feels different, but they also know they don't even have the skills that will help them persist in college. So why would I do more of this? My son is in college right now. He is in his 2nd year, and he told me, he said, Mom, I don't want to do this anymore. He said, I just want to live my life. Can you imagine that you don't consider college as living your life because of the experience and the expectations and how learning is presented to you? I love school, but I've always been good at school. And so I know it's a different perspective, and I told him I respect whatever choice that you make. Full support. But I wanted you to have the experience so you can make an informed decision. But so many students come to hate and loathe, and sometimes that's the barrier that we see with them when they get to us. It's not that they're not good at something, it's that they don't know how. They don't have any drive or motivation, like, Dr. Sampson was saying, to learn phonics. Yes. For what? To please the teacher? Like you said, they'll do anything for us, right? If they have a great teacher. But you have some. If you don't have that relationship, school itself is not going to be the motivator. But I would just encourage you, even if your principal or your leadership is not on board, reach out. You're probably just an email or maybe, a walkway away, depending on where hey, can I check out your classroom? Would you be open to that? Do you want to look at mine? Would you mind planning some curriculum together? One thing that I didn't mention in this one is I created a summer bridge program. So I took all my middle school kids that were supposed to be coming to me, and I extended the offer for them to come into a summer bridge program. It served 2 purposes. We did some baseline foundation with just like reading assessment and things like that, so I kind of knew where they were and what I could do with them. But it was also culture. That was one of the basis of my entire school, was school culture. I revolutionized what it meant to be a student at Kashmere High School. And I basically indoctrinated those middle schoolers so that they were ready to receive and to make connections and to develop those relationships and create that foundation, that atmosphere that was conducive to learning. So I would say any kind of vertical alignment that you can do, whether independently or if your admin is on board, go for it. Because other people are probably feeling it too.